a lot of time to throw. He just...
Football is a sport where your future can be determined by one play. Just look at some of the great athletes that were robbed of potential Hall of Fame careers due to injury. Todd Gurley, RG3, Cam Newton, Odell Beckham Jr. Athletes that have achieved the highest of awards that were once seen as generational talents and are now forgotten by the league. What makes the case of Tua Tagovailoa much different is that the athletes I previously named can rehab and recover from said injuries, having some but minor impact on the long-term outcome of their lives. Tua, having repeated head injuries on the other hand, can face potential life-changing consequences at just the age of 24. In my opinion, someone should not be cleared to play a week or two after this.
With the grain, and down he goes, slung down in his own 48-yard line. Josh Tupu, and
Isn't that kinda crazy? What's even crazier is that 1 week before that nasty concussion, he was pulled off the field due to this other nasty hit. It's near laughable that UFC fighters who get beat to a pulp and knocked out are required to face a minimum mandatory 6-month medical suspension for well-being. Meanwhile, somebody can be clearly knocked out or concussed and not in control of their own body in the NFL and still walk on the field in 2 to 3 weeks? Can you tell me the difference between these two concussions?
Watch this kick. Oh, he's front kick to the chin. Oh my goodness.
Josh Tupu, and
The difference is that Tony Ferguson woke up 1 minute after he was knocked out and walked off on his own while Tua was lifeless with his fingers curled up for more than 5 minutes. One gets suspended for 6 months, as they should, and the other can return to play when he gets through concussion protocol, which could be the next week. It's the exact same impact on the brain, yet treated completely different due to being separate sports. I mean, literally look at them cart his ass off the field on a stretcher. He couldn't even get up after the hit. He was unable to walk. Surely he's out there for a reason with 2 concussions, right? This man got f***ed up week 3, stretched out on live television week 4, and comes running out week 7 and throws for 261 yards and a touchdown like it was no biggie. Fast forward to week 15, I have never seen anything like this happen to another player. Ever. The fact that he's remained on the field after these kinds of hits is appalling. I have a few questions for the owner of the Dolphins, Stephen Ross. Hey, Stephen, did the staff and coaches not watch film? Who's really to blame in this situation? Do you watch the games? Why do you look like Robert Wadlow? If y'all see Stephen, tell him to hit me up and let me know. It's really a shame that a college national champion and one of the most unique and promising draft prospects to date may have to contemplate retirement at age 24, while old-ass Tom Brady is still playing at 46. It's even sadder that this year they surrounded him with one of the best weapons in the league, and it looked like he was going to be a problem for the league, throwing for 469 yards and 6 touchdowns in just week 2, and honestly leading the MVP race until week 4. This may be a case similar to what we saw unfold with Robert Griffin III. All the talent in the world, and yet still plagued by a bad player management and injuries. I've realized over time, you can only get lucky so many times before your luck runs out, and I believe Tua should go back and take a look at all that punishment he's taken in such a short career, and be grateful he's still okay. If he can't learn to fall the right way when being tackled, or even just prevent his head slamming the ground when being sacked, I don't see a world where he wouldn't be disabled in some sort of capacity when he's older. But if he would rather win a Super Bowl than assure his future well-being for his family, then I guess he should do what he wants. I know it's sad to see players with such promise have to hang it up at 24, but even sadder seeing football players you've looked up to that are now in poor health and struggling to have conversations at the age of 50 due to overextending their welcome in the league. At this point, I truly believe Tua should retire.
Change the way you played the game.